Hello, everybody. I'm George from Beaumont Guitars.
And I'm Harry. And this is my new Hetfieldized Gibson Flying V.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about this, Harry.
Well, I modeled it after Hetfield's original Electra Flying V that he made, that he got. Originally, it was a red guitar, his original Electra, that somebody sprayed white. I'm not even sure if it was him. And, you know, over the years, he did a lot of different pickup configurations. You know, at one point he was using invaders in the bridge position and a 59 in the neck. He also had a invader in the bridge with Duncan Holdsworth pickups in there, and in the neck. And then eventually he just settled on two pickups, and according to my sources at Seymour Duncan, he just settled on Duncan distortions, and that's what he was using most of the time.
Harry had to torture his source for a little bit of time.
Yeah,
he was able to give it up.
I had to physically beat Seymour Duncan to a pulp until he gave up that information, because Hetfield swore him to secrecy as usual. I also had the headstock refinished on this because Gibson typically makes these now with a black headstock, which is dumb. So another reason why that company's failing. So we put we finished it to the same color, put the pickup rings on there, and changed the knobs and the configuration. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's not supposed to be like an exact copy of his Electra that's all beat up.
Because his original was bolt-on, right?
Well, his original was bolt-on as well, and it had a headstock break in it. Not a headstock, a headstock break at the end of the fingerboard.
That I did not.
That happened during one of the shows, and then it happened again, and then he finally retired it and went on to using the White Explorer, which was his backup at the time.
So you basically just bought this V with stubby headstock, and you repainted the headstock to match that. You've changed the knobs, you've changed the pickups. So pretty much you've changed almost the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot of stuff, but just enough to give it that Hetfieldized kind of thing, and we can do this for anybody. So if you got a guitar out there that you always wanted, that isn't exactly the way somebody had it or something you wanted, I mean, you could always bring it to us, and we can do, minor changes like pickup stuff and knob changes, all the way to refinishing your guitar.
I remember years ago, you got so crazy, you sawed the tops of screws off to glue them on the pickups to replicate exactly the way it looked. Like Harry's zooming into the picture to see which way the screw heads are facing so that he could glue them into place.
It's part of my obsession. We should call this series like Harry's deeply mental Metallica obsession. Yeah, at Hetfield and Hammett always had like the coolest guitars. So not to have something that they had and
lose sleep over it.
And it upsets me that they have something that I can't have a hold of, so I have to have it. But that guitar is something that we're going to do in the next video. That's the Black Explorer that Hetfield played on the St. Anger tour. It's a guitar that actually I bought from Lou. And
from our very own Lou.
And Pablo helped me out on that. He got me the decal. He made me the decal so that we could finish that guitar. And then a lot of painstaking work trying to, like George said, cutting the heads off of the pole pieces to make the pickups not look like EMGs.
Yeah, you really go into detail making the guitars, exactly the way they should be. So if there's anybody to do a job like that, I mean, it's definitely you.
Yeah. So
let's
That's
hear,
it.
let's hear some tones on this thing too, and yeah, let's hear what it sounds like.
All right, let's do it.